aside from the natural talent and your passion, what is a trait of yours that you feel has helped you be successful in the music business, but even just in business as a whole and
in
in your
business?
life so far? Yeah.
I think that would be, sounds really cliche now that I think about it, but I am driven by, again, it depends on what the business is. So let me just break it down. With the music, for instance, right? When I started, um, it was just, like I said, this passion that I had. I thought, okay, I'm good at this. I remember the first time I wrote down a rap verse, it was to Busta Rhymes, Woo Ah, from back in the days. When I step up in the place, I step, correct? Woo Ah,
Wow.
got you all in check, yes.
Yep.
So it's one of the first rap verses I wrote. And I went back, I think I was in junior high school then. And then I'll go back to school and then I'll rap it to my friends and they'll just be giving me fun. So I'm like, this is interesting. Like, maybe I can do this.
Yeah.
So I just started writing my own stuff. I'll do a lot of jacking. I'll steal a lot of lines from my favorite rappers and I'll put something together and I'm like, okay, this is interesting. Mind you, at the time, I wasn't thinking money. I just thought, wow, this is something interesting. Like the fact that you can just write something and go recite to people and they're just going crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, well, like, what is going on here? So yeah. So that's how it started for me. And once I started that, then I started studying. And I'm like, okay, you know what? This is how I can improve what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I start researching. I always want to improve on whatever it is that I know. That's the thing with me. Once I start something, I want to improve on it. So then I start doing more research into it. I'm like, okay, so if I write it this way and I do this, it can sound this way. Cool. Then came to beats because I'll beatbox my stuff. I'll just beatbox, I was a decent beatboxer back in the days, decent. And I'm like, okay, how can I turn this beatbox into an actual instrumental?
Right.
Yeah. So I started looking around. Like, okay, there's this studio in Tema I think it was called I3 Studios. So I went there and I met this guy. He had this Macintosh computer and Charlie, some weird looking stuff. So I'll beatbox the stuff for him and then he'll play it. And the whole time I'm just sitting there looking at him like, wow, this is mind-blowing stuff. I just have this idea in my head. I'm beatboxing it and it's like, I'm seeing this thing materialize, it's coming to life.
Right.
So I start asking him questions like, a lot of producers, they don't want to give away their gems, their secrets. They don't want to share it.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking around, looking at the gadgets, stuff. Okay, cool. And I go home and I start doing my research, So to sum it up, right, I think it's the ability to, identify something or have an interest in something.
Right.
And then once I get into it, I'm able to just, adapt or learn the thing quickly and then improve on it. And just the willingness to research and develop and build that thing and to make it mine and just, that's for me, right? That's what I find a passion, first of all.
Right.
So when people send me stuff and for instance, when you send me your stuff and I'm mixing it, right? I'm enjoying the new stuff I'm hearing. Like, wow, this is refreshing,
Yeah.
And how can I mix this? How can I do this? How can I do this to make it better, right?
Yeah.
So that's how I've always approached my music. It's all I need is just to spark anything that can just spark this interest in me.
Yeah.
And when I get into it, I just keep it going, keep it going. And now with the internet, Papa,
Charlie, it's over.
The information is out there. Tutorials, they're out there for free. So once I pick up something, like I said, and I know I sound like a broken record, but once I pick up the thing, I'm able to push and just develop on it and find a way to make it my own, and that's how it's always been with me, in music. The business side came later because obviously once you're doing the music and people are coming to you to pay you for beats and you have to start learning the business.
Yep.
So that's how it started for me. And that's one key thing, about me, which is, I guess, going to answer your question, which is that my ability to adapt and just develop this, or just to create this thing and just, improve on it. I've always believed that if I set my mind to anything, I'll be able to do it and I can excel at it.
Yeah.
Because I'm a smart guy.
Right.
I just need that interest and I need to push and I can make it happen. That's how I also got into the video production stuff. Because for me, it's always been, how can I improve on this? I started with music.
Yeah.
Then I started making beats because I know the get producers make them do my beats.
Right.
So me now for start, make my beats.
You figure it out.
Okay, now it's me. I have all these artists that I'm working with. Charlie, I had to get quotes from video directors, like crazy money. I'm like, okay, how can I, because guess what? When you call the directors, the first question they'll ask you is, do you have any idea? Do you have any concept?
Right.
And usually, Paapa, I will come with the whole storyline, like how I want this done, and usually the directors, most directors I've worked with, they'll be like, how did they come up with all these things? I'm a creative person.
Yeah.
I think from the beginning of the whatever the audio, the music that we're creating to like the visuals, I'm thinking 360.
Right.
So that's it. It's always been like a bump after the other. Audio, making my music to like get into the videos and now get into the executive side, like the music business side and label services, and it's just publishing. And if you notice, it's just growing. Eventually, and that is where we are really trying to reach is that VC status, like where we're able to, look at just to give opportunities to, young creatives who have something brilliant that we can support.
Yeah.
That is really, I know it's a long answer, but yeah, Charlie, it's very difficult for me to just pick one thing and say, okay, this thing, but based on the explanation I've given, right, it just tells you that it's so many different things.
Yeah.
You have to be disciplined. You have to be focused. You have to have that willingness to want to learn and grow. Right. It requires a lot of humility. It requires so many things, because this journey, I've had to be different. I've had to like practice different traits,
right,
in order to get to this point.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot of different traits.
So I'm hearing like three main ones that are come to the surface for me. Number one is curiosity, like a deep curiosity. So like you're interested in something and then you're in. And then I'm also, hearing a commitment. I mean, because I know people who are curious, but they can be distracted. So I'm hearing like, like a deep curiosity and a commitment to go all the way.
Actually develop whatever curiosity it is.
Right.
Yeah.
And then number three, I'm hearing like adaptability, just like being able to wear different hats and just adjust as you need to, in order to be committed to that thing that you're looking at. So that's what I'm hearing.